What's up, what's up? This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. Today I got Z's 2013 Camaro in the shop. Forgive me, I got a little bit of a sore throat today, but we're gonna get through this together. This is exciting because I just did Ryan's Camaro radio replacement about a month and a half ago, and that was an AX6000, and this is also an AX6000. The difference is that Ryan's Camaro got the pack integration kit, and Z got the Idatalink integration kit, which is what you see here. Now, this Camaro did come with a premium amplifier package. This was the factory screen, so not the cheapo radio. This is the higher trim level radio. But regardless of the trim level of where it starts, the kits are exactly the same. The pack integration piece as well as the Maestro piece will work with all trim level Camaros. Now, other than the obvious that we don't have the knobs on the bottom anymore and we've got these buttons across the top, now this is a Maestro compatible radio, meaning that we can get data from the vehicle onto this radio, and that's how it accomplishes all of these gauges up here. So if we hit the climate there, it'll show up on the screen, and then, you know, we can just like slide it and like turn up the AC. Ooh, that's cool. Or we can just turn it off for the sake of this video, and then we can hit that and it'll bring up the gauges. If I start the thing, you can see that the gauges are responsive. What else I could show you is that the reverse is integrated. What is kind of sad about this particular setup is that the factory backup camera does not get power unless the engine is running. So right now the engine is running, and if I click on rear cam, then you can see that I got it. But if I kill the engine, it loses video signal. So that's just something to do with Camaro. That has nothing to do with the radio or the installation kit. Other than that, though, obviously this thing is really sweet, and we can use all of these, you know, you can get the vehicle information on here, which also you'd be able to get just by hitting that button right there. We've got lock and unlock, hazards, you know, obviously the good stuff. Now underneath it, you see these guys right here. Now this is a pro and a con, because basically right here, we have a USB-C plug, and this AX6000 has a USB-C output on the back of it. So this is the input for this radio, and that's pretty cool. But this radio does not support an 1/8 inch audio auxiliary input, so this headphone jack is pointless. This is an HDMI port, and although this radio does have an HDMI port input, I don't have the cable to connect that to that. That was not something that we did for this particular install. And then finally, there is a USB port over here, and that USB port has nowhere to plug into for this radio. So whether or not these four things are actually being utilized is up to the radio itself. One other little tiny thing worth mentioning about this Idatalink kit as compared to the pack kit is that it does not support this rear USB port, the one that goes right back here. That USB port no longer works. And I'm really actually surprised by that, because at least we could have that still be a charging port. Regardless, with this radio, you're pretty much limited to the USB-C, so at least in this design you have a little bit of a cleaner look there rather than a cable just hanging out. Personally, I think it's a personal preference as to whether or not you want the physical manual knobs for your climate control as compared to doing a screen sort of interaction. There's a little bit of a coolness factor to this, although there's also a little bit of an annoying factor to this depending on how you look at it. So if you get the knobs, then you don't get to have the gauges, and so that's kind of like the trade-off there, you know what I mean? But whatever, that's all I got to say on this one. This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. Pricing and product information is going to be in the video description, so check that out if you have any interest in this and you are a local client who is willing to get a radio installed by yours truly. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.